Welcome to Matters Financial and Geopolitical from the Frontier, and thank you for stopping by. I apologise for yesterday. I got in here very early, the internet wasn't working, and I'd forgotten my phone at home. And eventually I decided just to work from home, which was most enjoyable. It actually gave me a chance to look out the window and enjoy living in Africa. Like I enjoyed visiting Hannah's hockey team and watching them play in the afternoon. Well, the big move was from the Fed, and they raised rates a quarter point as expected. The latest dot plot, take a look at it, and it's giving you a feel of where interest rates are headed. A lot of market participants had expected this rate hike and a confirmation of 3 further rate hikes this year. And it seems we got confirmation of another 2, so the dollar was sold off, but I'll come back to that. US 2-year yields dropped sharply, and the unchanged dot serving as a blow to those who were looking for a total of 4 dots in 2017. I concluded by saying Janet Yellen purrs, which I think was about it. So the market liked what they heard, liked what they saw, and we saw a very positive risk-on move across the board. Home thoughts, Juan Carlos Londono. Time to play, he asks. I liked the photograph. I miss the older girls. The house is so quiet without the teenagers. It's the presence of an absence. It has been incredibly hot, and I moved into my daughter Layla's room, where, like her, I leave the doors and windows wide open, and a breeze from the peaks of Mount Kenya blows like a gale through the room. And I tell her, darling, I am in your hood every night, as it were, and we feel connected across thousands of miles. I had a great time yesterday at a Glenfiddich evening at the British High Commissioner Nick Haley's house. I put up a photograph. I was sitting next to Chris Karubi. Chris Foote was on my table, the High Commissioner as well. Kitili, who runs the KWS. I said to him, have you seen the video of Dr. Leakey on Vice News? And if you haven't, go take a look. So that was most enjoyable, and as Kapuscinski says about cognac, there is sunlight in the glass of cognac. I'll put up this photograph of sunlight in a glass of Glenfiddich. Kenyan Dewey Kombani came across the word petrichor, which is one of my favorite words, I have to admit, and here's its explanation. And here's the very latest on the Dutch election, where Wilders was pushed out pretty much into the cold. Le Pen odds now less than 30% after weak Wilders result in Dutch elections. And I wrote about this, I touched on this over the weekend when I said the right has the wind in its sails in Europe, but the elections are not of the winner-takes-all variety. And I was talking about Erdogan's intervention and the fact that he once again proved himself a tremendous and quality asset for the European far right. And I said in that piece, the direction of travel the world over has been in the populist direction, from Brexit to Trump, and Geert Wilders surely will post his Freedom Party's best result ever. And the Turks will surely have juiced that some more. We then have an election in France where Marine Le Pen and her Front National are fighting for the keys to the Élysée Palace and the French presidency. And later in the year we go to Germany. The right has the wind in its sails, but in Europe the elections are not of the winner-takes-all variety. It would require a very big tide, a tsunami even, to carry Geert, Marine and others into power. The euro counterintuitively might rally bigly if a coalition blocks Geert in the Netherlands and the French second round both blocks Le Pen. And I think that's why we saw some good strength in the euro dollar. Here you go. Here, euro extends gains as Dutch liberals defeat Wilders' Freedom Party in the election. Rutte party projected to take 31 seats versus 19 for Wilders. Trump, this is, in the opinion of many, an unprecedented judicial overreach, he added. Derek Watson, a U.S. district judge in Hawaii, ordered the temporary stay just hours before Mr. Trump's action was due to come into effect at midnight. The nationwide ruling means that people should not be impacted by the order. A judge has just blocked our executive order on travel and refugees coming into our country from certain countries, Mr. Trump said. This is, in the opinion of many, an unprecedented judicial overreach. Yair Rosenberg, as Trump nominates his fifth Goldman Sachs official, let us take a moment to remember the wrongest take of 2016. The president's reverence for Jackson is such that his portrait hangs in the Oval Office. Jackson was a populist and anti-elitist, as Trump claims to be. The Selena Zito rule. Zito, of course, wrote the essay in The Atlantic, how Trump supporters took him seriously, but not literally, whereas the press took him literally, but not seriously. If the Russian government did interfere in the United States electoral processes last year, then it has the capacity to do so in every election going forward. Brookings. Quartz has written an interesting piece, The Blinding Elegance of Ivanka Trump. Over the past year or so, Donald Trump has solidified his image as a fundamentally blue-collar president, a relatable vehicle despite his personal wealth for the tastes and concerns of America's white working class. Trump is a poor person's idea of a rich person, Fran Lebowitz declared in Vanity Fair. They see him, they think, if I were rich, I'd have a fabulous tie like that. Why are my ties not made of 400 acres of polyester? All that stuff he shows you in his house, the gold faucets. If you won the lottery, that's what you'd buy. His gauche decor, his blunt and blustering style of speech, his terminal lack of manners. All this supposedly helps Trump connect with the little guy. Less frequently acknowledged is the hold that Trump has on the white suburban middle and upper middle classes. Last November he scored the vote of 53% of all college-educated white men. White women in that demographic went by a slim majority to Clinton. But saying that Ivanka serves another important purpose. She classes her family up. Through her social media accounts and personal branding, she presents the world with the exact sort of aspirational, firmly upper-class image that her father is lauded for being unwilling to provide. Thanks to Ivanka's mastery of white respectability, politics, and boogie social norms, she can appeal to those who claim to care about good taste, while allowing her father to reap the benefits of blustering authenticity. As long as Ivanka's around, in other words, Trump doesn't have to be classy at all. Ivanka Trump, great session this morning with the leading manufacturers' CEOs on workforce development. Secretary of State Tillerson arrived in Japan, his first stop on a mission to confer about North Korean nuke and missile threat. The Hill, Russia trashes hysterical CNN special on Putin. I like this well, it's not a good thing, but I like the photo. Earth's orbiting junkyard is threatening the new space economy. Africa progress, the plunder of African waters destroys entire communities who lose opportunities to catch, process, and trade fish. High-profile Twitter accounts were hijacked in this Turkish-Dutch protest. Diplomatic spat between Turkey and the Netherlands spread online on Wednesday when a large number of Twitter accounts, many with no apparent connection to the dispute, were hijacked and replaced with anti-Nazi messages in Turkish. The attacks, which appeared to be simply a form of political vandalism, used the hashtags Nazi Almanya or Nazi Hollanda, took over accounts of high-profile CEOs, publishers, government agencies, and also some regular Twitter users. My conclusions are that Erdogan is prone to bouts of insanity, and this is one of them, and it's really inimical to the interests of the Turkish diaspora. I don't call them his diaspora as he likes to do. Put up a photograph of him. Andrew Bonamacci, soundbite of the week. A free press is the immune system of democracy. Al Gore. International markets, dollar crunched by cautious Fed, bonds and commodities. Cheer. Dollar nursed sharp losses in Asia on Thursday, while sovereign bonds savoured their biggest rally in 9 months after the Federal Reserve hiked interest rates as expected, but signalled no pickup in the pace of tightening. Euro got an added bonus when early returns showed the anti-EU party of Geert Wilders won fewer seats than expected in Dutch elections, soothing fears that public opinion was swinging inexorably towards a breakup of the Union. The sigh of relief was heard across Asia as investors had feared faster US hikes and more political upheaval in Europe could spook funds out of emerging markets. The Fed makes the world safe for risk until June, said Citi strategist Stephen Enklander. Buy emerging market FX, equities and commodities. Somebody seemed to be listing as gold, copper and oil all rallied as the dollar dropped. MSCI's broadest index of Asia Pacific shares outside Japan rose 0.9% to its highest in mid-2015. Fed lifted its Fed funds rate by 25 basis points as expected to a range of 0.75 to 1%. Further increases would only be gradual. The drop pulled the rug from the dollar, which sank to a 3-week low of 100.51 against a basket of currencies. Euro was taking in a view, it's now at 107.28. Yen and Swiss franc tended to move the most in the first week. Aussie did indeed rise a rousing 2% in the wake of the Fed, but took a slight knock on Thursday when local data showed the country's jobless rate hit a 13-month peak in February. Gold also surged. Crude oil was up as well. Currently, euro dollar 107.28, dollar index 100.62, Japanese yen 113.33, Swiss franc below parity 0.9998. The pound is at 122.67, Aussie 0.7686, India rupee 65.345. That's had a sharp rally on the Modi results. South Korean won 11.33.34, the Rial 3.10.36, Egyptian pound 18.10.05, and the rand firmly into 12 territory, 12.84.78. Dollar index, I'll put up a 3-month chart. I still like buying it on dips. Euro dollar, I did say that I could see it going as high as 109.90. And I outlined why in these political results which are coming through. The Dutch example is the first one. Gold, 1224.77, sharp rally from the 1200 area. C-Barrow, US crude oil production increased for the 4th week in a row. It rose 21,000 to 9.109 million barrels per day, the highest since February 2016. OPEC crude output rose by 170,000 barrels per day in February to 32 million barrels per day, putting compliance with the group's supply cut at 91% for the month. Let me put up a 1-month chart of crude oil, I think it's going to go lower, but quite a few people think that we might try to base out here. Emerging markets, Mexico peso forecast to go from first to worst amid Trump threat. Brazilian shares are up 63% in dollar terms in the past 12 months. Coming to sub-Saharan Africa, North Africa's steadiest country is quietly unraveling Algeria's unstable and unsustainable status quo. As KwaZulu-Natal, our proposition is expropriation of land with no compensation. That would not be good. If we don't agree on expropriation, we will have to take a view of ensuring that we mobilize for a referendum. South African all share is up 2.07% this year. Dollar versus rand, as I said, 12.8478. Egyptian pound, we should have taken more profit when it was much stronger, but we're back at 18.1005. Nigerian all share minus 5.85% this year. Ghana Stock Exchange Composite Index up 11.28% this year. Angola's inflation has slowed to 38.32% year on year in February. Still very high. Inflation is back in Zimbabwe after a 2.5-year hiatus. Consumer prices in Zimbabwe rose on an annual basis for the first time since September 2014 last month. The 0.1% increase was partly due to a 1.3% advance in prices of food and non-alcoholic beverages, which account for a third of the basket. The Southern African nation, where hyperinflation peaked at 500 billion% at the end of 2008, abandoned its own currency and uses a basket of foreign exchange, including the South African rand, the dollar, the euro, the pound, as well as the so-called bond notes issued by the government. President Kenyatta had his annual State of the Nation address, and in it he said that additional borrowing by his government in the last 4 years had been used to fund the most aggressive agenda in Kenya's history. We are maintaining our forecast for the Kenyan construction market to record an 8.5% growth rate in 2017 and remain a growth outperformer in sub-Saharan Africa until 2024. The drop in annual profit, this is Equity Bank, was the first since Equity became a fully fledged commercial lender in 2004. Equity shares dropped 5.2%, bringing the decline since rates were capped in August to more than 20%. It was the biggest one-day slide since August 29. Equity more than doubled lending to the government last year to 100.6 billion shillings. That helped boost income from investments in government securities by 80% to 7.88 billion. The bank's total loan book shrank 5% to 213.8 billion. The rate caps have forced them to rebalance their assets and move away from loan growth, which was driving earnings growth for the last decade, to a more conservative position of holding more government securities and retaining a more liquid balance sheet. Equity Group's full-year results are on the website. Housing Finance notifies the watchdog that IFC will basically own 5% of Housing Finance simply because they're buying into Britam, and the stake at Britam holds 48% of Housing Finance, so there's pro rata, they're going to be long Housing Finance. Kenya shilling 102.80, Nairobi all share down 6.03% this year, and the NSE 20 is down 6.76% this year. Wishing you all a wonderful day. Thank you for listening.